The music thumped through the gym, lights flashing as if celebrating every teenager in the room except one. 17-year-old Emily Carter sat alone at the edge of the bleachers, her fingers nervously twisting the ribbon on her graduation medal. Everyone else was dancing, laughing, recording memories on their phones. But Emily had no one to share the night with. No cheering family in the crowd, no friends tugging her onto the dance floor. Her mother had passed away 2 years earlier. Her father had walked out long before that. And while she'd survived, while she'd excelled, while she'd earned honors tonight, as she still felt painfully invisible. She told herself she didn't mind. She'd gotten good at pretending. But then she noticed him. A tall man in his late 30s stood near the doorway, wearing a slightly wrinkled button-down shirt as if he'd rushed there straight from work. He looked totally out of place among the teenagers, awkward, tired, and holding two small gift bags. His son, Mark, had just graduated too, and was now across the gym dancing with friends. The Mona Danielle Rivera, single dada, smiled proudly whenever he spotted his son, but then his gaze drifted, scanning the room, and paused on Emily. He watched her for a long second, not in pity, not in curiosity, but with a kind of recognition, as if he somehow knew loneliness when he saw it. Emily looked away, embarrassed, but Daniel didn't. He walked toward her. She tensed. Adults rarely approached her when they did. It was usually to ask if she was okay, in that tone that made everything worse. But Daniel sat down at a respectful distance, setting one of the small gift bags beside his feet. "Mind if I sit here?" he asked. Emily shrugged. "It's a free country." He smiled gently. "Yeah, it is. Sometimes a lonely one, too." Her eyes snapped toward him. "I'm not lonely," she said, too fast, too sharp. He didn't correct her. He didn't give her that look, the one that said he didn't believe her. He simply nodded. "Big night for you." "Sure," she muttered. "You know," he said after a moment, "I used to sit like this at school events too, alone, everyone dancing, celebrating, and me pretending I didn't care." His voice softened. "It gets easier." "Not tonight. Maybe broken bar, but eventually." She didn't respond, but something in her chest loosened. Then the DJ changed the music, switching to a slow song. Grad students paired up. The crowd hollered. Someone set off a confetti popper. Emily stiffened again. She'd prepared herself for tonight as she'd prepared for nothing to happen. But she wasn't prepared for kindness. Danielle suddenly stood, rubbing the back of his neck awkwardly. "I know this is unusual," he said, "and you can absolutely say number, but to broken bar." He extended a hand. "Would you allow me the honor of sharing one dance? Not to pity you, just so you don't have to end this night feeling alone." Emily's breath caught. Nobody, not once in her entire high school life, had ever asked her to dance. She stared at his hand. Her heart pounded. Part of her wanted to bolt, the other part of the small, brave O'Neill lifted her hand toward his. When she placed her palm in his, something fragile inside her trembled. They stepped onto the dance floor. A few students stared, confused. Some whispered. But then something surprising happened. The Mark, Daniel's son, noticed a broken bar and smiled. A proud, knowing smile. Daniel kept a respectful distance, leading gently, making sure she felt safe. Emily had never danced like this before, but he guided her through slow steps that made her feel a broken bar seen, maybe even valued. Halfway through the song, Emily felt tears slipping down her cheeks. "Sorry," she whispered, wiping them away. "No," he said, "don't apologize for feeling something. It's a moment worth feeling." That was the moment, the one she would replay for years. So when she realized she wasn't broken, wasn't unwanted, wasn't invisible, she had simply never been given a chance to feel important. When the song ended, she backed away shyly. "Thank you," she said, meaning it more deeply than he could know. Daniel reached into the spare gift bag. "This is for you," he said. Emily blinked. "Why?" "Because every graduate deserves to go home tonight with something that reminds them they mattered." She opened the bag. Inside was a small keychain shaped like a graduation cap, and a handwritten note. "Your story is just beginning. Keep going. The world needs what you carry inside." Her throat tightened. "Why would you give this to me?" she whispered. He gave her a warm, steady smile. Because someone once did something kind for me when I felt forgotten, and I promised myself I'd pass that forward whenever I could. Before she could respond, Mark jogged over, still sweaty from dancing. "Hey, Emily," he said shyly. "Congrats. Want to join my friends? We're taking pictures." Emily startled. No one had ever invited her to join a group picture before. She looked at Danielle, who nodded encouragingly. For the first time that night, she stepped onto a circle of people and felt like she belonged.